It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. We've already inspired you this morning with an amazing animation. Now let's look at the industry at large and create a platform for the best young animators or best animators on the continent. The Cape Town International Animation Festival is the largest dedicated African animation festival on the continent. Now in its 9th year, Diane Makings, the director of the festival, joins us in studio to tell us a little bit more about what we can expect in 2021, because we expect the unexpected in these crazy times of ours. Diane, first of all, I have to check in with everybody who sits on this couch. How are you in these crazy times?
Honestly, Graham, great.
That's great.
Animation did well over this time because we all sit behind computers, and because you can network those computers into a central place, we were able to carry on. It wasn't carrying on as normal, for sure. And, I think personally, people struggled in their, life because we were all struggling.
Yeah.
But in terms of work, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of contemporaries in various areas of the industry that just had a breath to be creative, had an opportunity to connect to a global network now. And you talk about networking. The digital kind of leap that's happened over the past 18 months has seen us all connect in a much bigger way. And that's what's at the heart of this festival, taking great animators and connecting them to the big studios, to possibly their break. So for the uninitiated who haven't been there through the nice 9-year journey that you've been on, what is the Animation Festival really all about?
It's exactly what you said, Graham. It's about showcasing Africa's talent to the world and introducing the world to Africa's talent, because we're world class.
Yeah.
I've never done so much work internationally as what I did during COVID, because now you can.
Yeah.
Everyone's on Zoom, so it doesn't matter if you're based in South Africa to them.
Or if you're wearing pants.
Or if you're wearing pants.
And I know, animators don't like to get dressed up, I get that.
But what's been wonderful is that, usually we could only do that in a festival. But now, because we're all online, we're doing that as our normal work day.
Absolutely love that. Ultimately, it's about getting cash. We need cash flow for the industry to thrive. We need investment. Is it starting to happen on the level that you are aiming at? Are we seeing the funding coming in for our projects, for our animators?
Well, definitely, the consumer's not going to see this just yet, but in 2022, 2023, the projects that are currently in development are going to be coming out. And you're going to see how much the international world believes in Africa, and also how desperate they are for African stories.
And I think that's the beauty of where we are at the moment, is we're telling our own stories. We're no longer borrowing from the West or looking elsewhere. We are recognizing that we've got amazing stories, and we need those storytellers to do that. I've been lucky enough to do some amazing press junkets, meet some amazing filmmakers, animators, movie stars. It really has left its mark on me. For you, being a part of this journey now for 9 years, what has it been like to connect with the big studios, those that are working at the very pinnacle, the Pixars of this world, those guys that are really setting the tone for the rest of the industry? What's that like?
No, it's amazing. It's also amazing to realize that they're just people, and they've also got jobs, and those jobs are exactly the same jobs that we have here. So the scope is much bigger, for sure. They've got much bigger budgets, they've got much bigger projects, but the day-to-day life in the studio is the same, and the people that you're working with are the same, and they have the same problems that our studios face as well. So it's been so nice to meet them on a human level and connect and realize that we're not, stuck in the corner in the middle.
Or a cousin in the...
Absolutely, we're not coming cap in hand. We are world-class talents.
We've got something to offer. I know you've said, yes, we found an opportunity to thrive over the last 18 months because of the nature of the kind of work. We still have to adapt. How has the festival adapted this year, all things considered?
Well, we're doing a hybrid festival. So
Brilliant.
We've got an in-person at the Old Biscuit Mill, and people can come and they can, do all the normal workshops, lectures, screenings at the Go Drive-In in Salt River. But then what we're also doing is we have a camera set up, and we're streaming that content to a platform. And that platform has a lot of pre-recorded content. It's also got a lot of live interviews. And it's been amazing because people don't have to travel for 32 hours to get here. We've gotten access to incredible people like the producers of Vivo, which is currently streaming, and the Lin-Manuel Miranda.
My boy loves it.
He can come and listen to see how it was made. And we've got Jenny Rim from Glen Keane Studios. And Glen Keane was the guy who made The Little Mermaid. So we got access to an incredible profile of guests this year.
Who is this for? I know from a front-facing, we want to attract the big names. We want someone, that golden moment of the right producer, the right exec saying, wow, I want to invest in that. I want that guy in my team. But who can go to this festival and enjoy it? Who should be? Is it just for animators? Is it for the public at large? Who's going to get the most out of this experience?
I really encourage the public to go to the Go Drive-In and to go check out the films, because the films that we are bringing out are not typically distributed in Africa. And they're bold and they're bright and they're beautiful, and everyone should have a chance to experience something joyful. But the conference itself, I think, is for people who are professionals in the industry, or alternatively people who are looking to make a change. Because the animation industry isn't just run by artists and writers.
Sure.
There are producers like myself, there are accounting people, social media people. So if anyone who has an affinity in the creative industry that is looking for a change, come check it out.
And it's about to blow up. I love the fact that we focus, because we have a feature every week where we feature young animators doing incredible work. If you want to see where the very best are located, especially if you're looking for a new industry to invest in and for some inspiration, that one animated film might change your paradigm, your perspective. Diane, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for doing the work that you do to promote amazing young animators on the continent, and enjoy it. Soak it all up.
It's lovely being here.
We are going to continue our exploration of the Cape Town International Animation Festival currently going down. You have an opportunity, whether you're in the industry or not, to be inspired.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sinege nomusaku yisintu zethu bo.
Welcome back. You are still live with Expresso as we continue to, in a way, celebrate our heritage. We are celebrating the art of African animation on a global stage. Thankfully, at the Cape Town International Animation Festival this morning, a little bit earlier, we spoke to a very enthusiastic director of the festival, an awesome human being, Diane Makings. Now we are joined by Loyiso Mkhize, the creator of South Africa's most loved and most awesome superhero comic series, Kwezi. I think you know that face and that name. It's so awesome to be doing. I feel like I'm talking to the black coffee of comic books here, because you've taken a leap forward that very few artists are able to do. So first of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
I don't know when last you heard that, but you've done something truly amazing. Yeah. And I think where it really hit me when I saw your beautiful comic next to some of the international titles that you've worked on, but You've done it, man.
Yeah.
You've got a comic book, and people love it.
Right.
Does that still need to sink in? Is it something, do you have those moments of buzz when you're finishing something off and you're like, wow?
Yeah, every day, actually. I won't lie. I think, I've been working on comics now for a lot of years. I mean, over 10 years. Started off illustrating Super Strikers, I'm sure everyone knows that title, and then moved on to my own project, Kwezi. And every day when I go and do my work, my job is actually making comics. So, I mean, of course, it's a dream, right?
It is a dream, but you've still got to do it well, and it's a pretty unforgiving space, because to stand out in the clutter, because let's be honest, every universe is jam-packed with amazing characters, great artists, great titles. What is it about Kwezi that's made it so popular? Just give us a bit of background as to the narrative and what makes him such a superhero.
Well, right. I mean, he's a typical South African. I think that's where, the endearing aspect of the character comes from. He's an everyday guy, 19-year-old city dweller hustling in the city of Johannesburg, or Gold City in the story, with his friend Zane, right? Discovers he's got powers, can fly, super strength, invulnerability. And during that time, he's got to basically choose whether or not he wants to become a superstar, a celebrity, which can be, quite attractive, or be a superhero, which means that he has to, go on
his identity. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, basically living out every fantasy I'm sure you've ever had.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing, but it requires a bit of support. What has been that silver bullet, if you will? How were you able to achieve this? What was that moment that gave you the platform to take it to this level? Because you've clearly unlocked the code.
I think it's kind of been incremental, because in the beginning it was self-published. So first 2-3 episodes were self-published, so out of one's own pocket. But as the demand for the book carried on, as well as the years tumbled on from 2014 to 2016, were discovered by New Africa Books, a publisher in South Africa, allowing us to publish nationwide, in different languages as well, and thus far. almost all 11 official languages as well as French. So it's been an incremental growth along with our readership and our fans, right to the point now where we're well into development for the Kwezi animation with Marsh Media locally in Cape Town. So it's not one milestone, it's just incremental milestones. It's a trajectory, right.
I love that. There is something, and I always used to, we were joking about like being a teenage boy. It was Image comics and Top Car comics that kind of got me into the fold back then. But I used to think constantly, we've got such amazing traditions and a heritage here in Africa, in South Africa, to draw superhero villains, superhero characters, archetypes from. Why is it so important to have these characters, and why is the timing right now?
Wow, I mean, that is, that hits it right on the nail. I think for a comic book like Kwezi, it had to be proudly South African from the word go.
100%.
So there you find his companions, Mohau, Azania, and Koi, who are from different cultures in South Africa and speak different languages. So that aspect of bringing in our culture, whether it's Basotho, Zulu, or Khoi, was very important to give it texture and also remain real for the South African audience.
Yeah.
So that they can, when you pick up the book, not only does the character look like you, but speaks like you, shares the same environment as you. So it was a really good decision from that point. And now we've just realized that actually what superheroes can do for us in South Africa or in Africa is help us reimagine ourselves and our identity, which is exactly what heritage is all about. It's continuation of redefining all the time.
Yeah, I think we always think heritage is looking back, but
No.
sometimes it's looking forward,
also
man.
projecting
It's
forward.
what that next iteration is. I'm just standing here looking at you. You've worked on Batman. I mean, for goodness gracious, this is just unbelievable. And I get the sense that you're only really getting started, my brother. Congratulations on what you've achieved, and congratulations on creating a comic book heritage here in this country that we haven't ever had before.
Right.
You're a trailblazer, bro. You've done something that no one else has, and it's just absolutely amazing to me. So more power, more success, keep releasing amazing titles. I think it's time for a female protagonist, eh?
I think so too, right?
I think that's in the cards. A brilliant opportunity for animators and those that I think have poured so much into the arts to get something out of it. The 9th Cape Town International Animation Festival is taking place from the 1st to the 3rd of October, and it's a hybrid event. It's happening online as well and in person in Cape Town here in South Africa. Don't miss it.
Brilliant.